We are live. I believe we're live. Okay. Got it. Okay. Hello, beloved warriors. We're live. Transmission Thursdays. Say hello when you join in. Hashtag warrior of light. Hashtag replay. If you're watching this as the replay, let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're coming from. I would love to hear from you. I'm really excited to catch up with you all because it's been a couple of weeks since we've hanged. And well, actually, it's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks, but I did miss you all. And I come bearing updates. So as you are saying hello, I'm just going to briefly share someone. Give me a minute because someone is calling me. I'll be back. Please hold. Wow. Yes, mother. I have to careful. Unbelievable. I am live streaming right now. What a while. I can't believe this. But how will I go outside myself? Okay. Well, interesting. Sorry, I had to go to my mother. She locked herself outside and then decided to go away. And I'm just there like, what is happening? Anyway, hello, beloveds. How are you? Let me share. What a while. How have you been? Okay. Okay. Let me. Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I am really happy to be here. It's been a while. And I come bearing updates, of course. And yeah, yes. Some of the updates I did already share them on Instagram in my IGTV, so you can go there and watch the updates there. I'm trying not to share same thing in this different platforms, but the first update that I wanted to share is that my once-off sessions have been updated. So now I'm doing what is called morphogenetic field work. It's fancy words, but don't get scared by the fancy words. It's essentially a space for you to come and learn about, your origins, your lineage, to learn about the energies that are happening in your life, in your ancestral bloodline, to learn about both the shadows and your gifts, as well as go through a very powerful, profound healing, quantum healing with me, and also ask any questions that you might have. So these are like this very concise and straight to the point sessions that I will be doing from September until December and until the end of this year. And then I will see how I feel, or at least I will see what the next assignment I am receiving from my my ancestors, from the guides, my guardians. Okay, so you can go check that out. It's only 10 spots open, so that means that you should book only if you are sure and ready to do the healing. Okay, because I had a couple of people just like booking and then they don't show up, which is a huge inconvenience. You should never ever do that. That's not nice at all. If you are not able to come, just cancel. Okay, let me not get into the mental part, but yes. Okay, so that's the first update. So I was on a break the last week because I had a wisdom tooth extraction and it was really, really painful. I was not ready for it, and I underestimated how long it takes to heal, actually. But as I was healing, I was not able to properly sleep because, you know, it was the last tooth. So I always had to literally sleep like I'm in an airplane. It was very uncomfortable. And although it was very uncomfortable, it was also allowing me to be directly receiving messages almost more consistently and rapidly than I've ever been able to do in a while. Right, so it felt like I was in an initiation and I received a lot of updates from that and a lot of things that I want to share with you all here. Okay, so this month we have been receiving a lot of energies, cosmic energies. If you've been following me, you are aware of these rays that are coming down, and there will be more of these also coming, and there is going to be a very like a huge flow of the cosmic energies in 2 days, 28th of August, 20, 29, 30. We're going to have a lot of energy coming in, and these energies, they are activating us, awakening us. One of the things that the Christed guardians that I work with, that I was in communication with the last 2 weeks, they've been talking about the expansion of the human mind, the expansion of our collective mind. So this is happening and has been happening since August, so that we can be strong and stretched to actually receive information that is pertinent to what is coming, right, in the future months. This future months, the next 5 months, there is going to be huge changes coming. And these huge changes, we have to be mentally prepared for us to comprehend what is happening. Right? So every update I am doing, I'm often doing it to you as a genetic path cutter. Okay. And I invite you to always adjust yourself, even if it's like new information, and to open your heart to receive these updates. Okay. So right now, our mind is being stretched, our conscious mind is being expanded. And so you may be finding yourself interested in reading new materials, learning something new. You may be finding yourself following new people, listening to new content that you may have not been listening to. And that's because we are having this expansion. And this expansion, when you expand, you are able to receive more. You are able to communicate with higher levels of consciousness. And we need to understand that there are different layers and levels of consciousness from this from you as a living being, all the way to the highest divine authority, which is what today's topic is about, right? The highest level of divine authority is source God consciousness, not necessarily even creator, because the source of all of us is beyond the universe, beyond all creation. So we can call it the creator God, but it's actually much more than the creator God, right? So divine authority is here. You are being prepared to understand what the different divine authorities are communicating with us. So first, let's peel back and go back to the beginning. Every single soul, every one of us as source particle, as source seed, as aspect of the living creator, the living God, we came here on the authority, the divine authority, to come and be a spark, come and be a light bearer, a light keeper, a guide, a teacher, a healer, an artist. All of us, we are different aspects of the same consciousness. And every single one of us, what we're here to do in both the light and in the dark is to elevate and evolve and grow humanity, right? So your birth, your incarnation, you being here is so important. It has been approved by different levels of councils, different councils, from your ancestral council to your soul council, to your avatar council, to your Richie council, all the way to the highest level of angelic consciousness that you are. These different councils have approved for you to be here, right? And even in that approval, it was not, the approval wasn't as if you are inferior to these councils or you are separate from these councils. You are part of these councils, and you have chosen a role that required that you be here today. You be here in this moment of human history where we are going through so much, where we're going through so many changes, right? And so this is the most important thing to remember, that you matter and that your life has been approved by divine authority, and that every single thing happening right now at the highest level of it, it has been approved by the divine authority. The divine authority is aware of everything that is happening. And so we need to understand God does not make a mistake. It is not a mistake that we're here today. It is not a mistake that you have went through the experiences that you have went through. It is not a mistake that we are in this moment where there is a lot of suppression, a lot of pain, a lot of loss, grief. All of the things that we're going through, they're not mistakes. They're not random. They are definitely, of course, some part of them are created by part of our collective energy that has separated from God, or that has chosen that it doesn't want to be in alignment with the collective, what is good for the collective, and it's choosing to do what is good for themselves, for their own individual. It is what we call service to self. Service to self versus service to others, right? And still in all of that, there is no authority in the world, even in the fourth dimension, fifth dimension, that is the highest authority. The highest authority sits beyond this world. And that highest authority, it is the master of all of this. It's the architect. It is the mathematician of what's happening right now, right? And so this is not random. This is not a mistake, what we're going through. And I want to say this because it can sometimes feel like, why are we the generation that is going through this? Why must we be here for this pain? Right? And this is something that I would like you to remember this in the coming months, because things will get hard, beloved warriors. Things will get hard, and we need to be strong, and we need to remember that this is the authority, the divine authority, wanting us to be here, to do the work, to be the light bearers and keepers, and whatever light you are, you know. So this is important. Okay. Let me sip my water. So let's talk about these divine authorities that are right now active in our world. Our Mother Earth has guardians, and they are different types of guardians. The holy guardians, as you all know how I call them. The holy guardians, they have different, we could think of them like the tribes or lineages, right? And they are these inner earth lineages. These are the Aurora lineage. And these inner earth lineages, or the rainbow lineage, they are here right now. And the Aurora rainbow beings that are here, they're here first as obviously us. They're also here right now surrounding the earth. And the Aurora guardians, they have very old guardians, ancient ones, the unknown ones. And they're all here to support the earth in her evolution. And as they're supporting the earth, it's very important to understand that supporting the earth means supporting the earth with every choice that she's making. And the earth has made a choice. And she's made this within the authority, with all the authority that a world or a planet, you know, engages with regards to its journey, with its evolution. But so the earth has made the decision to shift, evolve, expand, leap. And with that, as we are the humans who are here, we are going to leap with her, shift with her, grow with her. And that is what's happening right now. But in this shift, there are the two consciousness that I talked about, the service to self and service to others. Those who will like to manipulate this evolution for their own benefit, to shift it to another direction. And then there are those who are in alignment with the growth, and they're saying yes because it's about the big picture, right? So this different consciousness is often existing within you, and the world you are engaging with, the music you listen to, the TVs that you hear, the people that you follow, all of that. When you listen to me, I shift you to a certain earth frequency, right? When you listen to someone else, they can shift you to another. When you watch some movie, it can make you feel a certain way, right? So right now, with everything that's happening, it's important to become aware what authority you are listening to, what authority you are aligning yourself with, right? Because an authority is just anyone who you believe in and who you listen to and who you trust, right? And who you either consciously or unconsciously align your beliefs with their beliefs. So when you listen to me, there is levels where you are consciously aligning yourself with my beliefs and with what I am sharing. And there's even the subconscious aspects of you that are doing that. There is obviously often resonance. The reason why you would choose to align yourself with me is because there's a resonance. You understand and something makes sense to you about what I'm saying, right? It's important for us to start thinking very consciously about this, that in what way are we allowing ourselves to be influenced? And what does that influence really mean ultimately for your life, but mostly for your soul? Are you aligning yourself with an authority that is expanding you, that is expanding your mind, that is supporting you in connecting more deeply with yourself, with the living divinity? Or are you aligning yourself with something that creates constriction, limitation, right? And this is not just spiritually, it's everywhere, in every part of your life, right? So right now, there are a lot of authorities that are speaking, that you are listening to, right? The government is an authority. Scientists are authorities. The entertainment industry is an authority. Spiritual teachers, they are authorities. Literature, authority, right? So taking a deep breath and thinking about, are you consciously aware of what you are aligning yourself with in terms of like the authorities that you are keeping in your life or you are engaging with on a daily basis? Are you also aware of how they are influencing what you believe in, and whether they're influencing you to align with freedom, the freedom of the soul, freedom from any shackles, from anything that is binding you, anything that is binding your blood, your DNA, your ancestry? Or you are aligned with what we call eternal life systems, something that is about the freedom of your spirit, your soul, the freedom of, even if in the planet, your physical body is not necessarily free because we're here in lockdown, your spirit is free. And becoming aware that right now, with all the changes that are happening, with all these shifts, this is about the soul. This is about the spirit, and whether your spirit is choosing to align with the divine authority, to align with the highest good for all, but also to align with eternal principle. Eternal principles is understanding that you are so much more than the physical body. Eternal principle is the ideas of Ubuntu, of yes, there is a oneness, and that what I do will impact other people, will influence other people or not, right? Are you practicing on a daily basis these eternal principles, or we are just simply being taken in all directions by the wind, right? So let's take what is happening here? Okay. Time right now to think about the authorities that we are saying yes to in your life. Are you feeling elevated by these authority, right? And also thinking about where you may be struggling in terms of the different authorities that exist for you. Okay, so let's share with me your thoughts around that. Say something about the lockdown when it is happening. In the next 5 months, November, there's going to be another lockdown. From November, the next 5 months are going to be hard, really, like from now, actually. The next, we're in August, right? September, October, November, December, January. Yeah. So we need to be prepared for these lockdowns. Okay. We need to also be prepared physically and practically, in the sense of, I've been telling this to my students, please start storing water, clean water, because there is going to be a shortage of water, just because when the earth is cleansing herself, you have been noticing that there's been floods and earthquakes. So this means that the water is getting contaminated, right? So we will eventually, and with the water, I've been having a lot of dreams from the guides around water and storing water and clean water. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen in 5 months, the water thing, but it will happen in our future. So investing in a clean water system would be really helpful, right? But it is likely to happen. We are also likely going to go on another lockdown, not necessarily, I'm not sure if it's about the COVID, but there will be that lockdown that is possibly going to happen. What ultimately, what we need to understand is that there has been a meeting by the Divine Council, and that meeting happened like a long time ago, 26,000 years ago. And even now, obviously, they keep making new meetings and adjusting and agreeing on how this shift will happen. But ultimately, this shift will not happen without, what do you call this? Why am I struggling to say this word? I can't say the word, but like there's going to be loss. There's going to be loss, there's going to be destruction, because this is a warfare. It's a war. We are in war. It's just a spiritual war, right? And that spiritual war, for it to end, it has to come also in the physical. We are going to see this in the physical. It's just that we are catching up. We're catching up with all the 26,000 years of suppression and oppression and pain that the human race has been going through. And at this point, the divine authority has decided to cleanse off all of this pain. And it will do this in its own way. It will do this in ways that will be painful for us as humanity, because we will look at it with our eyes. And this is why I'm telling you this, so that you don't look at this with your human eye, to use your third eye, to use your not superior, but your divine eyes, and understand that all of this is essentially for the arrival of, the golden age, the arrival of the rainbow rays, and to prepare in the heart, to prepare in the spirit, and to start to notice what is happening around you, to really see it with the eyes of the authority. Right? Does that make sense? This, by the way, is very difficult for me to share this because I never know where to begin. Like, it's all so much information. But yes, that's what I wanted to say. So what is this war about? This war is about the children, right? It is about the innocence and of the children, actual children in the world that have went through atrocities that we can't possibly imagine. Millions of children that disappear and go through horrific experiences in the hands of those who are enslaved to themselves, those who are so deeply disconnected from living source that the only way that they can continue existing is to siphon, is to drain the living consciousness, the living light in others. And they often do that through siphoning children, through siphoning the feminine both in women and in men, right? Siphoning the feminine in the earth, right? And this has been happening for a really long time. What I'm talking about is nothing new, but it may feel new to you because we don't talk about these things. We talk about them in the background. But what I know is that there has been, and you also know this, there has been a lot of pain that has happened not only to physical children, but also to our inner children, our childhood experiences that have been filled with experiences that have not been conducive for growth, for evolution, for love to come here. And so this is where the divine authority has taken it upon itself to cleanse our world through these experiences that we are seeing. The divine authority did not create COVID, but the conditions that we are seeing that are unfolding, they're all part of the choices that the divine authority has taken, right? And these are at a very deep level. If you listen to yourself, you will know that you were aware of this. You've always been aware of this. It is why we all came to this planet, to come and support this cleansing, this healing, right? So it's going to be a tough couple of months, and we need to get prepared for that mentally, spiritually. How do we prepare for that? The only antidote, elixir for this, is to connect with your divinity. It is to connect with your soul so that you can hear the messages of the divine authority. What I know is that it has already been decided. Love has already won. The earth will evolve, will go to its next level. And we are going to have to choose whether we are going to go with it and go with it without fighting this process. And the way to do that, and this is to not say that, we are like, we're just going to observe and be like, oh, we understand, it's all God doing this. No, I mean, we are human, and it's painful, and it's really heartbreaking, all the things that are happening, but we can still be human and still have that divine awareness of what is really happening, right? And divine understanding. And I think for me, in fact, the last couple of weeks, I think I have been grieving for the world every single night, really just feeling all the pain of the world, even with all that I know, even as the guardians explain to me what is happening, I'm still very much heartbroken by what I am seeing, right? But I think the knowledge is helpful so that I don't stay in the grief forever. I don't shut down forever, So this is why I am sharing this with you all. Okay, let me take a breath. Let me hear your thoughts, any questions that you have about what is going on. Yes, let me know. I also just want to say this because I've been also hearing a couple of my clients and some people sharing this. With everything that's happening, if we understand that they are this, say this to self, say this to others, and that if you are a genetic path cutter, you are being called to be in service to others, to listen to the authority of God that wants to move through you, that wants to place you in the place that you need to be at when everything is starting to collapse. If we understand this, we understand that then we are the light bearer and the light workers of the world, right? We're here to bring the light in during the midnight that we are in. We are in the dark right now. We are in the middle of the storm, right? So as the light workers and the light keepers, this is very important to know that we will have opposition. There will be opposition to our light. There will be energy that will be trying to dim the light. And that is what you need to become aware of. In fact, this month, there has been a deliberate opposition on light workers, and you may have felt like just a collapse energy, just not wanting to do this, wanting to quit. I actually had an experience where I don't want to quit, but I had an experience with a project that I am coming to do in October, where I felt like I needed to cancel it. Like, this is not the right time to be doing this project. I also had a moment where I actually was going to cancel my once-off sessions, just because I was like, I don't have the time. I'm doing so much work, but the ancestors came to me. And the way that they came to me. It was like essentially that I think if you're, I don't know how to say this, but if you're a Black person, in our community, we have this saying of, or this sense of, like, because of the experiences that we've had, that we don't have the privilege to just sit around and just be at ease and just like chill, So when the guys, and they were like the grandfathers, they were like, Joy, you're African. There's no time for, oh, I'm just going to relax and be at ease. There's nothing like that for us here. And I mean, the way that they said it, it really hit somewhere deep within. But at the same time, I'm also aware that there is that consciousness that is bringing doubt, that is bringing that confusion and overwhelm, and feeling like it's pointless, or it's not necessary, or it's not valid, and so on. So I did have those moments myself where I was like, just doubting myself. It wasn't doubt for me. It was, I guess in some way it was doubt, but just feeling like this project that I want to do this is not the right time for it, even though I know it is the right time for it, become aware of that, this deliberate energy that will try to limit you from stepping to your higher mission, to your higher timeline, to do the divine service that you are here to do, that will distract you so that you don't hear the divine authority that wants to come, that wants to communicate with you, that wants to speak to you. And then also out actual healers with what we actually really do, right? I have had just a couple of people mentioning that this happened to them. No authentic healer will ever DM me. It doesn't work like that. Like I don't just sit and see divinations of people and then I have to scroll on Instagram, on Facebook and say, hello, I saw that. No, okay, just wanted to mention this. I also have been noticing that some people are creating false pages, either Facebook or Instagram, and then DMing people, pretend like someone will create a page and they will call it Joy Mohami, and maybe the Mohami will have double A in it, and then they will pretend to be me, use my pictures and send you messages and pretend that they want to give you a divination or whatever. Please just be aware that that's not a thing. That's not how it works. Okay. Yes. So yes, the energies are high, and the energies are going to be high in starting from Saturday. So what does that mean? I mean, if you are able to rest, please rest. Don't push yourself too much. If you're doing something emotionally involved, like, if possible, don't engage in things that will drain you emotionally and mentally and so on, right? And of course, drinking your waters and organic food just to support the body, because the more you eat the dense food, the more it's very difficult for the body to process that, because of all the energies coming in, right? Yes. Yes, so that's all that I wanted to say, beloved. I don't know if you have any questions. So this project that I told you all about, I am going to do it because I don't listen to, I mean, I listen for a moment and then I still sit with myself and then decide what is the best decision. Often after I have engaged with the divine authority, the ancestors, the living God, Christ, all of that, right? So this project that I'm going to be doing is probably going to start in October or so. So this means that I won't be doing transmission Thursday all of September because I'll be working for this project, prepping for it. It's going to be a public project, which means that you guys will you be involved in it as well, right? It's still around this work. It's still around supporting you all with everything that's happening, supporting you with knowledge, supporting you with your soul evolution and growth and so on, right? So I'm going to be taking all of September off. I am going to be writing, of course, and I'm gonna try to actually start sharing more energetic updates through writing, but I'm going to be, yeah, not coming here on Thursdays until October, okay? So with the fasting, you can just essentially, it doesn't have to be a super serious fast, but essentially try to eat, this is how we say it, the food that your ancestors were eating, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, right? So that would be your organic food, like soft porridge in the morning. And this is what I was eating because I couldn't eat anything solid for the last 2 weeks. And I think that, I know that's really helpful to integrate all of these energies, to receive messages with ease from the higher levels and so on. So just eating that, and obviously minimizing with the meat, minimizing with anything fast food, no, and all of that, just putting a pause on that and just trying to eat the organic food. Yeah. When I say don't engage in anything emotional, what I mean by that is one, this is my personal way that I prepare, and just honestly what I have decided to do, especially since 2020, right? I do not engage in mass rituals, okay? What is a mass ritual? It is when there is like a full moon or whatever big event, even this big event that I'm talking about happening, and then groups of people try to come together to tap into those energies. I stay off that. I don't do that, right? Why? Because we are now on top of the energies coming in. You are syncing up with other people's energy, and whatever it is that is happening in higher dimensions with everyone in there, you become hooked into that, right? So this is why I am a no-no for mass rituals or mass ceremonies. Maybe when I say rituals, it sounds a little scary, but any group work that people are doing when there is a big cosmic astrological event happening, it's ideal not to engage, right? Because that will shift your emotion, right? When I'm also talking about not engaging with things emotionally, during events like this, everyone is stressed, everyone is annoyed with everything happening. There is a likelihood of people fighting, people just losing their cool instantly. You need to become aware of that so that you don't engage, not to say you don't talk to people, but you don't get pulled into that emotional roller coaster. You observe and you notice, if your mom is annoyed that I say your mom because I stay with my mom, so that's not everyone, but if whoever you are staying with, they're annoyed by maybe the TV is too high or whatever, and they start getting pissed off and they start shouting, become aware that it's not them. There is an influence. There is the energies is influencing everyone to respond like this. So don't latch onto this. Don't get cycled. Don't get hooked, like pulled. If there is obviously something happening in your life and there is supposed to be a conversation, have the conversation, but just emotional management has to be one of your most important things that you're doing. In the same way that we have like physical management, we also have to manage our emotions, because when we don't manage our emotions, it's literally actually the biggest thing that has been done in our world is to collapse our emotional capacity, emotional management, which shuts us down from actually receiving and connecting with the different levels of authority that I've been talking about. Right? And right now we need to be connected to that authority. And that authority is something through you. It's done through you. It's not elsewhere. Right? And that looks like what? Be more still, listening to yourself more, just learning to be present with yourself. When you are activated or triggered, as we like to say, emotionally, we don't abandon that moment. We stay with that moment because it clearly wants to communicate something to us, right? So the emotional detachment is with regards to when you are recognizing that this isn't, someone is trying to pull me into that roller coaster, right? If you're in the public space and someone is shouting and trying to get you to fight them, you don't engage, just walk away, you know? Yeah. Okay. So once off sessions. Let me see. Morphogenetic sessions, if you have done a once off session. So I want to say this, thank you for asking this question, because I've actually had someone asking who had a once off session, right? So my morphogenetic sessions, they are, or any session that you've had with me, if it's a once off, they are introductory sessions, right? So in those sessions, because we haven't worked together, I'm spending the beginning with you, helping you identify a lot of the things that you need to work on, right? And we will obviously map the shadows, what I call the shadow frequencies, together, basically the blockages that are in your life. And then we will also map up your gifts. And some of these gifts may already be active for you, as in like you are using them in your life. Some of them are not active for you. And you may even be surprised to hear that, oh, I have a gift of oh, okay. I have the gift of sight, like I'm a seer. But for you, you're like, I don't see anything, Joy, or even if I do, I am not able to know what to do with that information. So the introductory sessions are that, and I will do activations. I do activations. Yes, ma'am. Kind of, ma'am, I'm in the live stream. Why? Wow. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. I have to go open for my mother. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to come back. She is apparently at work. I don't know. Okay. Whew. We're just about to finish. I'm so sorry today. I was hectic. Okay, I'm going to do a quick clearing after this because it was intense for you all. So what I was saying about morphogenetic sessions. So the ones off sessions, I will map your templates. I will map the new morphogenetic sessions. I will map your templates. I'll map your shadows, and we will do healing, quantum healing of the shadows, and I will activate your templates. When I say activate your templates, I mean that these templates, they exist within you, but you may have not even touched them at all because you're not aware they were there. So when we activate, we bring them up, and that means that they will organically start to be initiated, and they will start to grow, right? So when you go through an activation of a gift, for example, if I activate your vision, so when I activate your vision, you will start to see more. You start to see in your dreams, you start to remember more, and your vision will grow, essentially. That's what those activations are, right? So this is what these morphogenetic templates, morphogenetic field work are, right? But after that, we can't say you are healed. It was just an introduction to help you map what is going on in your life, what is going on, what is the purpose of this life, what is the mission, what are the things you are working on in terms of the shadows, and what are the tools, the gifts that you were given to manage your mission in this lifetime, right? So when you have done a once-off session with me, I will not say that you are healed. That's not how it works. Like you are okay forever, right? Typically, I do invite you to like do the once-off session with the morphogenetic field work with me. And if you are able, come back again for another one. And when you are coming back again, I won't obviously repeat what we've already done. We will do the healing that is required then, right? And the space between one session and another can be 3 months, 6 months, however long you feel you need between sessions, right? The investment for this is $111, which has to be paid in all in full, and 48 hours after booking, right? So you should book when you are actually ready. You have the money already and you are ready to do the work. Okay. And then, yeah, so that's how the morphogenetic field work are. What is the reason why I decided to do morphogenetic field work session is because I realized after 8 months of doing this work that this is actually what people need more. I also realized that if I give you a quantum inner child healing work, and then you just do it one time with me, while that may be helpful in that session, most people are not able to sustain that work by themselves, right? So if you really want to do your inner child work, if you're doing it by yourself, that's great. But if you're now ready to take it to the next level, that typically honestly requires a program. It cannot just be one session, so this is why I am not doing the inner child work. I obviously, when I'm doing the morphogenetic, there will be healing that I will do, but we're doing general healing, right? Just like the way you can just go to a doctor for like a general checkup and they check everything, what's wrong, and they treat whatever urgently needs to be treated in that moment, right? As compared to like a specialty, like I want to specifically deal with this, right? I also want to say, beloved, that everything that I am saying, sometimes it may feel out there, but it's really not out there. Like, please come to spirituality with your mind, with your logic, right? In the same way that if you have an issue, a physical issue, there are physical issues that can be fixed instantly. Like with my wisdom tooth, it was taken out. I had to heal for 2 weeks and then now I'm okay, right? But if I have something like diabetes, for example, that's not going to be fixed by one thing one time. The same is true also in spirit, like the magical thinking like, I went to joy, so it's healed. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The same is true with prayer. We cannot just pray about it and it's fixed. And that's part of the divine authority that I didn't mention. Divine authority functions with what we call divine laws, right? We don't bypass divine laws. There is an order to things. And the same is true in spirituality. And often what we see here in our world, the laws of our world, they are a reflection, a mirror of the laws of the divine, right? So in the same way that there is processes here in our world, there are processes in the spirit realm, right? So if someone comes to you and they tell you, take this medicine and all your issues will be solved, that is probably a scam. That is probably a lie. That is not how it works. It takes time. And I need you, beloved. I know I am right now, to tell the truth, it's my grandfathers who are here. We cannot just want this to be love and light. That's not how it works, right? And the times we're in, love and light, spirituality is not going to cut it. Right? And you need to understand that. You need to invest in your healing because you understand that life is about the healing of your soul. If this has not landed, please know this. We are all here to heal the soul of the earth through healing our own personal souls. All of us, like, that's what life is really, really about. But you can get stuck with the stories of your life, like your job and your careers and all of that. And listen, we are meant to have love and to have our dream jobs and dream cars and dream homes and all of that. Get all of that. But always remember the core purpose. And this is the healing of your soul. And if you understand that your soul has been through the most just in this one lifetime, then you will know it will not just take 90 minutes to heal all of your problems. It just logically does not add up. Right? Does that make sense? Sorry, I was so intense this session. So let's do a bit of a clear because Husa, we have all been through the most. Okay. Okay, we're just going to do a prayer together. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in and out. Again. And put your hand in your heart and another one in your womb area. And just come to your body. And as you're breathing in and out, I want you to release these energies, this intensity of joy, Mahami, that you just activated in your body. Release all the energies of the week, all the events that have happened. I want you to release all the grief, all the loss, the heartbreak of the world that you have been carrying. Just let that go. And I want you to allow yourself to release all the sadness, the overwhelm, the hopelessness, the anxiety, releasing the depression, the loneliness, the doubt, the worries, the shock, release the disbelief, the confusion of not knowing what is happening, the confusion of the events of the last month. Release all to the earth. As we connect with the living presence in your heart, begin to connect with the spark of blue, sapphire blue in your heart. And just begin to see that spark of sapphire blue beginning to radiate into your cells, into your blood, into your DNA. Begin to feel that this is the Holy Spirit, your own inner Holy Spirit. And begin to send this energy in every part of your body, from the top of your head to the toenails in your feet. Begin to imbue yourself with this energy. Allow yourself to become aware of the essence of this sapphire blue, which is unconditional love. Begin to feel love in your heart. Begin to generate that love for yourself. Love for the world. And begin to build this energy of love into a sun. And see the sun in the heart expanding, shining bright as it expands into your astral body, as it expands into your etheric body, beyond your physical body, to your soul self. And begin to feel this sun, sapphire blue sun, expanding to fill up your room, filling up your room with love. Begin to expand this sapphire blue sun, growing and expanding it as you are the sun. See it filling up your whole house, filling up and beginning to feel it extending to everyone in the house, all your loved ones, from the humans to the animals, the dogs, the cats, the cows, all the living beings. Begin to extend to your mother this love, to your father, to your sister or sisters, to your brothers, to your grandmothers, to your grandfathers, to the great grandparents, to your uncles, to your aunts, to your cousins. Hold them in your heart. Allow them to bask in the sun of love, which is you, which is them. Begin to extend the sun to your city. Radiate the sun to the city. Let love reign in the city. Begin to expand. See the sun growing into your whole country, to every village, every town, every city, every house. Send love. Allow the sun to fill every single space of your land. And grow this to your continent, Africa, or the continent you are in. Just begin to feel the sun growing. It is as big as the continent. You are one with the sun. You are the sun. You've always been the sun. And expanding this to the whole planet, allowing the whole planet to be washed with the sapphire blue sun, the heliotelic heavenly energies of the Holy Mother, the Umbriah flame beginning to imbue every single city, every single continent, every single country in the world. See this love and know that as we are all sending love from our center, we are beaming this love frequency to the Mother. She hears us, she accepts this living frequency of love. And we come here to align with all that is the pure essence, with pure source consciousness. We align with the divine authority that is in our life. And we request the divine authority to make our lives a living testimony of love, to make our life, to make our experiences, our existence, the divine saviors of love, the divine saviors of wisdom. May we be used for good. May we be used for light. May we become the bearers, the leaders, the healers, the guides for our inner children, for our souls, for our families, our family of origins, our bloodline, our ancestries, the collective tribes that we come from, our country, nations, our continent, and the whole earth. May we be the light, the warriors of light, the sovereign warriors of God, bringing to this world wisdom, bringing to this world love, bringing to this world the divine masculine, the Christ, the divine feminine, Sophia, Nala. May we be the lighthouse. May we remember that we are the lighthouse, we are the source seed, and all that is happening, we signed up for it and we are ready to be used for good to be used for the light. And may we be given the strength of our ancestors, our warrior ancestors, the strength of our day keepers, our divine grandmothers, the divine grandfathers, those that have walked through ancient lands and have come from those ancient lands, those ancient wars, stronger than ever. May we remember that we are working with the legion of ancestors. We are working with the living love of Source, always. And so it is, and so it will be done. I want you to take a deep breath in and out as you return the sun from the earth, from the continent, from the country, from the city, from your family of origins, from every single one. And may you allow yourself to feel the sun residing in your heart now, knowing that it is infinitely connected to the all, and that you are beaming this heart, the sun everywhere, and that you can return to the sun when the world feels too much, when it is all too much. The strength of the ancestors, the strength of the ancient ones, the holy guardians is inside the sun. And so it is, and so it will be. Amen. Whew. Take a deep breath and stretch. Let me know how you're feeling. Hope that this is making you feel much better, a little calmer. Oh. Your body is warmed up. Sibongile, yes. I think that's good, right? Oh. This is the practice I've been doing, every day, really. Just the expanding of the heart and just sending love all throughout the world. We are able to shift so much with this process of just using your own energy and beaming it out to all your loved ones. Understanding that your love is so big and your love is the medicine that is needed right now, right? And that through you are able to beam out this supportive energy to those who are struggling, to those who are not able to access this information, this knowledge, and so on, right? So this is something that you can practice, just building up the sun from your heart and expanding it until you do it for the whole planet, okay? So intense energy, I think this bowel does very intense things to people. It's been my favorite thing to do lately. But yes, it really does activate and clear out energy, right? So that's probably why you're feeling so much energy moving through you. Yeah. Thank you, Roy. Were you able to connect to that love frequency? Let me know. Whew. Otherwise, beloveds, I will see you in October. And this will be good. This new thing that this new project that I'm doing is a way for us to connect more deeply, I think, and also to just have a community throughout all of this, right? I have made an intention to be in service, divine service to the divine authority. Well, the divine authority is actually not even allowing me to run away, right? But to be in divine service to all of us and to support you all through all of this. So I will do my level best to be that, and that will be the project that we will have in October. Otherwise, I'm going to be sharing a lot of content and information in my Insta stories, as well as on Facebook, what do you call it, in the timeline. Yeah. So please check that out. Yeah. Okay. Yes. The exhaustion is real. I just want to sleep, been fighting a lot, and many revelation. I am glad you received revelations. And yeah, this will be probably the best thing to go do. This is also what I've been doing, by the way. If I'm not in session or doing my own healing work or just connecting with the guides, my favorite thing to do in the world is to watch Star Trek. So it's a bit slow, but these are the things I would like to recommend until I come back to do live streams. On Netflix, you can watch Merlin, right? Please watch it. It will be so helpful. If you're a genetic path cutter, you're going to love it. Merlin, if you struggle to integrate some of the teachings that I'm saying, watch The 100, okay? The 100 is brutal, but it will train you to think like the 100 essentially. And then Star Trek, I'm currently watching Voyager. My God, all the concepts that I'm always trying to teach here and that I do teach in the mystery school are in Star Trek, y'all. It is a little slow. Voyager was written in 1995. But I am obsessed. It's so good. Oh my God. If you like sci-fi, time travel, Star Trek is essentially about these people who are traveling in the cosmos. So it's so good. Please watch it. This is just another way to heal, which is not like super engaging. Okay. Do this because I want to start literally doing roundtables where we're discussing movies as just a way to like process together and just have fun. Okay. So when I come back, let me know which show you watched. The 100, Netflix, Merlin, as well as Star Trek. You can start with anyone. The Next Generation. I'm watching Voyager now. There are many couple of them, but yes, you should do that. Okay. I am glad you're beaming out. Love, so I'm so happy for you. When should you start storing water now? Start storing it now. Get, what do you call it? Yeah, like storage water. And yeah, anytime you have an opportunity to store water, please store it. Yeah, okay. So that's it, beloved. I hope you have a great time. I'll see you back in October.